Page 92, this is a review for the chapter before we go on. It's really kind of important that you understand this stuff at least a little bit. So let's go over it. The answers are in the back of the book, but we can explain things as I go through. At the top of the page, they want you to write the order of the sharps in the staves. If you look in letter B, in the second line is number 8. That's it. Just copy that and put them up there. That's the treble clef. The bass clef, well, you get most of them with number 5 in the first line. Then you just have to add 2 more sharps to it. You'll figure it out. Just for letter B, they want you to identify the major keys. Remember with sharps, the easy way to do it if you don't know the scales yet is take the last sharp shown in the key signature and just go a half step up. That first one they give you is A major. Well, that last sharp is a G major, G sharp. If you go up a half step, that's an A major. The next one is 4 sharps, where the last sharp shown is a D sharp, is here. If you go up a half step, you get an E, so that's the key of E major. They all work the same way. Let me know if you have questions on those. For C, they want you to circle the root of each first inversion triad. It's pretty simple. All of these triads shown here under letter E are first inversions, and the root is the top note. They circled the first one for you. It's an F. So they want you to put in the name of the root. So the first one is an F. It's an F chord. The second one is here. Well, the root is a D. It's a D minor chord, actually. And the next one is here. Well, put that on the bottom. It's an E chord. You can do that. They want you to play the chords on the keyboard. Good luck with that. Now for letter F, they want you to add in 1 note to complete the measure. That means in 4/4 time, every measure gets 4 counts. So you got to figure out how many counts they're showing and then add a note for the rest of them. Like the first one, you get a triplet, that's 1 count. And then a quarter note is 1 count, that's 2. So you add a note that equals 2 counts. So you got 4 total, and that's a half note. So you just put in a half note. And the next one, there's 4 eighth notes, that's 2 counts. And a triplet is 1, that's 3 total. So you'd add a quarter note, so forth. And the last measure shown there, they got 4 eighth notes, that's 2 counts. So you need a note that equals 2 counts, so you got 4 total. And that would be a half note there also. Letter G, they want you to write in the D scale. D major scale going up and down, and then put in the primary chords in root position. Remember the 1 chord in D major, 1 chord in each hand, 1 chord, the 4 chord, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 5, 7 chord, or just the 5 chord, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember in D major, there's an F sharp and a C sharp. You got to include those. Letter I, they want you to put in the chord symbols, a D, a G, or an A7. So all these chords are those. So you figure it out. Hopefully you just glance at them and know what they are. When you see the 2 notes next to each other like that, it's a 7th chord. Not always, but in our cases, that's as far as we've gotten, it's a 7th chord. So it's going to be a D7 because it's the only 7th chord we're dealing with. And then here, it's a D chord, and then this, that's the 4 chord, which is a G chord. So put in G chord. You can do those, I hope. J, harmonize. Oh, goody. Add your own choice of chords to that little melody they've got. Well, first you got to play the melody. It's just a D major scale going up and down, or down and up, whichever. You just got to figure out which chord goes with it, which sounds okay. So you try them all out. I'll do the 1 chord here. Try that first. Try the 4 chord. That doesn't quite fit it. 5/7 chord. No, that didn't fit it. So I guess it's a 1 chord or a D chord at the beginning. And then for the G, what goes with that? This? No. This? Could be. This? Maybe. I think it's a 4 chord though, because it could be a 4 or a 5/7, either one. They both of those chords have a G in them. I think it's a 4 chord. And then for the F sharp, which one? Well, it's a 1 chord. So it's a 1 chord of 4 so far. And then going up, well, 1 chord again. That doesn't fit. 4 chord? Not really. How about a 5/7? Yeah, it's a 5/7 chord. And the last one, it'll end on a 1 chord probably. So you got a 1, a 4, a 1, 5/7, 1. You just experiment with them. What sounds good? Whatever sounds good, that's what you use. It's ear training, oral training, where you're learning to hear these harmonies and these notes, listening. Letter K, they want you to match up the list on the left with the list on the right. You put in the letter. For instance, for number 1, fermata on the left, on the right, it's on the right, right, left, whichever. Which of those things on the left is a fermata? And that would be letter C. Number 2, the pedal sign. What's a pedal sign? Well, it's the indication in the music on when to use the pedal. And that would be letter E. Number 3, very soft. Well, which of that? Well, that would be pianissimo or PP, 2 P's. That's B. Accent sign. That's a little arrow, if we could find one. Oh, they've got letter D. They're showing you a note and an arrow. Isn't that nice? So that would be an accent, letter D. An octave sign, remember that's the 8BA thing. That's letter F. Number 6, very loud. Well, that's fortissimo, or FF, which is G. And the last one's staccato, and that's a dot. And then they're showing you the dot with a note, and that's letter A, so that's it. Let me know if you have questions. Again, the answers are in the back of the book. It's just, you need to understand this stuff. It helps. If you're a little lost or whatever, that's fine. Just go back and review everything again. Don't be in a hurry to get through the book. It'll come as long as you don't rush it. Just take your time.